Alright, I thought I'd make this video to show everybody all of the stuff you need to know about RAT, RAN, and HEM, or whatever the hell it is. The 3-speed top-loader Ford transmissions that are out of the Broncos. Everything that you need to know to take it apart and service it or rebuild it, or how to get the thing apart. Because if you don't know how to take it apart, it's going to take forever. The first time I did one of these, it took me like 3 days. This one took about 3 hours just to get it apart. A lot of it had to do with trying to remember and just fumbling my way through how to take it apart. So the first thing you're going to want to do is this gear right here. Spins on this guy, and right here, this hole, there's a roll pin that goes in it, and you get to it through your fill cap here. And then once you take the roll pin out from this, you're going to drive it out right down here, and then it'll come out the back. And then once that gear once the shaft is out of the way, the gear can drop down, and then you can take this first half out of the transmission. If you try and take this out of the transmission before then, it's not going to go anywhere. You're going to get it wedged in the housing pretty good, and then you'll have a pile of needle bearings or rollers that you'll have to dig out of the bottom there. You're going to, obviously, before you take this out, you're going to have to take this off. And that's just those 4 bolts there. And then after that, you can remove the back one. This right here slides into the back, right about there. And yeah, it's hard to see, but that gear right there rotates on it. So you're going to want to pull this out, and how you do that is from the top, right here in the housing, where that casting is, you can get around the gears with a pry bar or a screwdriver or something, and just push it out through the back. You don't need to remove any roll pins or anything, because the intermediate housing holds it together. Once you have both of those gears dropped down out of the way, that's when you take this off, and then you get to slide this gear set forward and take this off. Then you slide that gear set forward right about there, and then you get to take this off, and then you have to take this up and out, and you'll see it has a tooth on it that goes into this hole. Once that's slid out of the way, then you can take this clip off and slide the rest of it forward. If you have any chewed up gears or unhappy things or sharp edges or burrs or whatever, you're probably going to have to use a little bit of force. I did the wrong thing and took the rod here, this pin, and I used it to gently tap and drive it out of the housing there, so that I could get it all the way apart. So once you do all of that, you should be able to completely get it apart, and then you'll be able to service it. The shift forks are on these pins, and both these pins are held in, see if I can get it to focus here. Anyway, they're held in with these. This is a Allen head here, and that's a 5/32. Good Lord, this thing just refuses to focus. Anyway, 5/32 Allen wrench. We'll get those apart, and then you're going to need some snap ring pliers or horseshoe ring pliers. These bolts right here are a 1/2 inch. The intermediate housing bolts, I believe, are 5/8. Like that's about it. Other than that, you should be able to figure out the rest yourself, and then get this sucker apart so you can replace the synchros, clean out the housing, and inspect all the bearings. Good luck and Godspeed.